everyone, my name is Nathania and my cell number is B1024201013. And now I would like to tell about the summary of Chapter 12, Human Resource Management, that will talk about incentive plans and executive compensation. As discussed in the previous chapter, more employers are moving toward systems providing best pay for performance using matrices and other means, rather than just giving all workers a standard percentage increase in pay. Tying pay to performance holds a promise that both employers and employees find attractive. For employers, it can mean more output per employee and therefore more productivity. However, it is much more difficult to design a successful variable pay or special incentive system than to simply pay employees a set hourly wage or salary. Variable pay is compensation linked to individual, group, and organizational performance. Variable pay plans attempt to provide tangible rewards, traditionally known as incentives, to employees for performance beyond normal expectations. Common type of variable pay programs are based on factors such as sales, customer service, productivity, attendance, safety, and executive incentive. The philosophical foundation of incentive rests on several basic assumptions such as some jobs contribute more to organizational success than others, some people perform better and are more productive than others, employees who perform better should receive more compensations, and many employees' total compensation should be tied directly to performance and results. Key reasons that many employers adopt variable pay are because linked strategic business goals and employee performance, enhance organizational results and reward employees financially for their contributions, recognize different levels of employee performance through different rewards, and achieve HR objectives such as increasing retention, reducing turnover, recognizing training, and rewarding safety. Under variable pay programs, employees can have a greater sharing of the gains or declines in organizational performance results. Variable pay plans can be considered successful if they meet the objective the organization had for them when they were initiated and if they work with the organizational culture and the financial resources of the organizations. Variable pay system can be variable system should be tied as much as possible to desired performance. Because people tend to produce what is measured and rewarded, organizations must make sure that what is being rewarded is clearly linked to what is needed. Performance measures need to give appropriate emphasis and weights for calculating incentive in order for the programs to be effective. The more complicated a plan is, the more difficult it will be to communicate it meaningfully to employees. Therefore, managers need to be able to explain clearly what future performance targets need to be met and what the rewards will be. Regardless of the variable pay plan, employees should gather and evaluate data to determine if the expenditures are justified by increased organizational operating performance. If the measures and analysis show positive results, the nature of the plan is truly a pay-for-performance one. If not, the plan should be changed to one that is more likely to be successful. However, there are successes and failures of variable pay plans. One factor that can lead to failure of a variable pay plan is having an incentive plan that is too complex for employees and management to understand. If the plan is too complicated to follow, the focus may not be on successful performance, employee misunderstanding and miscommunication can occur, and lower performance may be the result. Meanwhile, some factors that contribute to the success of incentive plans are develop clear, understandable plans that are continually communicated, use realistic performance measures, keep the plans current and linked to organizational objectives, clearly link performance results to payouts that truly recognize performance differences, and identify variable pay incentives separately from base pay. There are three categories of variable pay, such as individual incentive, group or team incentive, and organizational incentive. Individual incentives are given to reward the effort and performance of individuals. Group or team incentives are gain sharing or goal sharing plans in which the employees on a team that meet certain goals as measured against performance targets, share in the gains. Then, organizational incentives reward people according to the performance result of the entire organization. Next, most organizations administer compensation for executives somewhat differently than compensation for other employees. Most executive compensation plans is the idea that executives should be rewarded if the organization grows in profitability and value over a period of years. The elements of executive compensations are executive salaries, executive benefits, executive perquisites, annual executive incentive and bonus, and long-term executive performance incentive. The most important reason for giving pay as incentive is that it is thought to be effective in motivating employees and increasing corporate performance and stock values. Another common reason for using variable compensation is related to the ability to attract and keep employees. In order for compensation based on these reasons to be effective, executive compensation packages must be linked to performance. Measurement of executive performance varies from one employer to another. Finally, that's all the end of the summary of Chapter 2 that talk about incentive plans and executive compensations. Thank you for listening.